Okay. So, Mr. Hi, how are you, Mr.
Hi, I'm fine. What about you, Ronnie?
Yes, I'm doing really fine by the grace of Almighty of creators. So, Mr. Zemi, I would like to ask you a couple of questions to get to know better. So, my first question is, Mr. Zemi, probably it's my first conversation with you by Skype app. Because of that, we'd like to, record this video. After that, we have a plan to upload this video on Facebook as well. So, my question is for you, Mr. Zemi. So, could you please introduce yourself first of all for my viewers' purpose?
Okay. My name is Jimmy Gonzalez Zúñiga. I'm from Mexico. I'm a mechatronics engineer, and
Uh,
yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's really massive opportunity for you that you are a mechatronic engineers. You have a massive opportunity to do something in the long run because of that you have done your graduation as well. So I suppose so from my point of view that if you complete your master or bachelor, I mean a post graduation with this subject, and you will find thousands of jobs in Canada and America as well. So Mr. Jamie Gonzalez, I would like to clarify about today about IELTS. So do you have knowledge about IELTS?
Yeah, I have knowledge about IELTS. It's a really important test so you prove your level of English.
Yes, and if we, so could you please tell me something about, I mean, that IELTS? Tell me something better about IELTS. I mean, that why do we need to do IELTS? So, is there any specific reason that we must have to do IELTS?
Well, IELTS is it's important, especially for example, if you want to go to Canada or study in a country which English is spoken, you need you need that paper which show your level of English, and that's the reason that it's so important IELTS test, so you prove your level of English.
Oh, that's really so there's some perfect. Yes, I suppose so, brothers. If we have a plan to study abroad, for instance, I'm gonna select a couple of countries. There is a compulsory. It's we must have to do IELTS. Accepts IELTS result. It's really challenging. It's laborious for us to get visa to study these types of countries. So I'm gonna mention you this type of country, and which is first of all United States of America, which is you call USA, right? You call USA.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we always call user. It's most common.
Okay, so the second is that United Kingdom, and which is we call England, and third is that Canada, and fourth is New Zealand, fifth is Australia. If someone is want to go to this five country, they must have to do IELTS. This is a compulsory for them. And accept IELTS result, it will be really challenging and laborious for us to get visa to study these types of country, Mr. Jamie Gonzalez, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, of course. You gotta got that the IELTS exam so you can access to those any of countries.
So, Mr. Jamie Gonzalez, what about your parents these days?
Well, my parents has been working as always. If I can tell about my mom, she has a clothes store. She works every day here, and yeah, that's the story about my parents.
Okay, that's really sound perfect, Mr. Semi Gonzalez, my dear best friend. So I'd like to say that, my dear brothers. So I'm on cloud9 to speak with you first time by Skype application because this is such a wonderful application. So I'd like to know from your side, do you have a concept about I'm on cloud9? What do you mean by cloud9? I have used a word a couple of times ago, which is I'm on cloud9. That means that, brothers, I'm very happy. I'm thrilled to speak with you by Skype application. So, my dear friends, Mr. Zemi, my question is for you that, brothers, do you have any plans to do IELTS in the long run?
Yeah, I got a plan to make IELTS. Maybe later, a couple of months, maybe when I feel that I'm all set, I definitely make it because my plans for the future is travel to Canada and work there. What about you, brother? Are you planning to make IELTS exam?
Yes, yes. On account of the brothers, I have been contacting with you more than 2 years. So you have a better concept about myself that, I have a plan to do IELTS in the long run. On account of that, I would like to study in abroad. So I must have to do it. So consequently, I'm gonna go my IELTS exam after 6 or 7 months. So I'd like to say, brothers, you are from Mexico. It's really like water for you to visit in Canada and USA as well. So it's really water, as I said before. But if I talk about our country, Bangladesh, we are subcontinent country, right? So it's not impossible, but it's possible if we try hard, and then we'll
Yeah,
get visa. On top of that, I have a lot
yeah,
of.
everything is possible actually. So, yeah,
Nevertheless, I would like to say, brothers, you have a massive opportunity. On account of that, already you have a sister there. So your sister is really amazing and mind blowing from a point of view. On
thank you.
account of a couple of days ago, I called her, and she's really mind blowing person. She has picked up my call, and then I was talking with her about Canada education. And then to sister, I have a plan to move in Canada for my study purpose. So what do you consider about myself? And she has mentioned me that Mr. Zemi Gonzalez friend, Mr. Ronnie, I would like to say that if you want to move in Canada, if you want to study in here, you must have to do your IELTS. Even it's really compulsory. Your sister has mentioned me; she has done also, right?
Yeah, yeah, he has done it.
So it's a really great conversation. It was a really great conversation, Mr. Zemi Gonzalez. So she's really great person in past. It was 5 months or 6 months ago. I was talking with her as well by your mobile phone, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was
So Zemi,
around 1 year exactly.
so what about your business? You are a rich person. You have a couple of business. You have a car. You have a red car. You have a blue car, as well as black car as well. So without any doubt, you are a rich person. Your family is rich. You have a couple of business as well. So could you please talk about your business? What about your business?
Well,
This rich man Zemi.
well, actually, I'm not a rich person. I'm just poor, a poor person. Uh, the business which I work in, I'm working with the same business as my mom. I help her to sell clothes, and we have sold clothes for a long time, around 6 years. When I went to the school, I used to help my mom on my holidays. But now that I got my graduation, I helping her more often, and yeah, that's about the business between us. What
So
about you, brother? What is your job, or what is your profession, or you're studying?
okay, as you all know, brothers, right now I'm a student. I don't have any business, but I can frequently say you, brothers, as I said before, in past, I have said you frequently, brothers. I have a couple of students. I'm a student as well as I'm a teacher. I teach spoken English. So yes, I can state proudly say that, brothers. I don't have any profession. I'm a teacher and as well as students. But in the long runs, I have a plan like you, because of you are a businessman. You have you have a lot of money. So I wanna be like you. I have to have business in the long runs, and I suppose so that you will help me to grow up my business, to enhance or boost up my business, right? So you have a numerous knowledge about business. So could you please help me to boost up my business?
I don't know how much about business. I just have learned just a bit about it. I think that the knowledge that I got is about my college. It was amazing. I learned so much in my college, and I have also learned many things on my own.
Okay, Mr. Semi Gonzalez, you are 1,000% correct. So therefore, I would like to say that, brothers, I would say that it's a really mind-blowing question for you. I would like to talk about your country right now, which is Mexico. really one of the best country across the whole world. There is a couple of reasons for the best country because of that. I suppose so. I have a couple of friends from Mexico. One of you are my best friend from Mexico. As I said before, I have been contacting with you more than 2 years. So obviously you are my best friend in from Mexico. So Mr. Jimmy
Mhm.
Gonzalez, please talk about your country, your corruption. I have watched a couple of days a video, and the article was I have got the article from BBC News, right? So they have mentioned that about your country corruption and all these things as well. You know your country a soldier. So I have got a couple of news from what can I say BBC News yesterday, brothers. I was on cloud nine. You know when I have got a news that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and American President and which is Joe Biden right now they are visiting your country. So could you please simply talk about your corruption in your country and all these things? Could you please tell something?
Yeah, well, in my country there is I don't know so much about politics. That's right. But there is a lot of corruption because of the president that has been government the country. They most of the time they robbery the money of the taxes for their sake. That's the corruption here, and there is also a lot of a lot of violence and yeah, criminals, drugs. Yeah, especially my country is so known because of the drug selling and yeah, the organizations, criminal organizations. But well, my country is something more. There is a lot of to learn about here, the culture. But well, this is the corruption.
So, Mr. Jimmy Gonzalez, I don't know exactly what happens with me. Whenever I speak with you, I feel like that I'm the best person across the whole world because of that you are a great person. And whatever I say that you would like to try to explain it. So you are such a wonderful person, Mr. Jimmy Gonzalez. I really love you from my core of the heart. You are my
Thank you.
best friend internationally.
Uh, Thank you, brother. I really appreciate.
So what about your, sister?
Can you tell me about the problems in your country? And I suppose that there is a corruption in your country, right? Can
Yes.
you explain me about it?
So, Mr. Zemi Gonzalez, do you have a concept about my country? What is the name of a country? Could you please tell me right now?
Yeah, your country is Bangladesh.
Yes, Bangladesh. That sounds really perfect, Mr. Zemi Gonzalez. So I'd like to say yes, brothers. We are facing, numerous problem in Bangladesh, violence problem. This is the laborious issue, right? This is the substantial issue for or alarming issue for our country on account of that, brothers. If we want to be all like America, Canada, I mean that United Kingdom, so we must have to, what can I say, overcome from corruption. On account of that, a corruption can destroy any kind of country, right? So we must have to overcome from this problem or issue. So our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, she has taken numerous decisions in order to we can solve these problems. And she has mentioned us that any kind of sector in Bangladesh, we must have to monetization. We must have to follow that how they are passing their life, what are they doing. So if we notice these types of things, and our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, she has mentioned us that the corruption will over corruption will stop automatically. We have to monetization all sector in Bangladesh, for instance police, army, I mean that any and others departments as well. So they have taken these types of decision. On the other hand, our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, she has also mentioned that the people of the country which is Bangladesh, you have to be alert, you have to have concept about it. The peoples can sense any kind of things.